Welcome to Niš. Whoever even once visited Niš felt that it was the city which resonates with well-reception, wonderful friends with heart open. It is well known that Niš is one of the oldest cities on the Balkan and one of the greatest cities in Serbia. Niš is often called the gate of the East and the West, or the crossroad of the Balkan, as it connects Western and Eastern Europe with Southern Europe and Middle East. It is situated on the European Corridor 10. Besides the road transport and the railway service, Niš also has an international airport, Konstantin the Great, which is important for passenger as well as for cargo transport and which connects Niš with the rest of the world. With 300,000 people, Niš is one of the greatest industrial centers in Serbia. It is also the university, transport, health, cultural, sports and tourist center of southeastern Serbia. Niš is in many ways famous and abroad. Niš is a modern city, but day by day it also becomes a rich European city. With 13 faculties, 1,500 professors and teachers, and over 27,000 students, Niš is one of the leading university centers of Serbia. The University of Niš is the center of scientific, economic and cultural development of the city and the southeast part of Serbia. Long history and fight for freedom and survival for ages is an important characteristic of Niš, and the evidence of this are many worthy cultural and historical emblems. The Mediana, a summer residence of the Roman Emperor Constantine the Great, who lived in the 4th century. The Nisus or Nisa is the birthplace of the Emperor Constantine. There is an archaeological finding place of the empire place with Roman thermes and an impressive floor mosaic. Because of all this, Niš is even today called the Empire City. The fortress, the most beautiful and well-preserved building from the middle of the 17th century on Middle Balkan. It was built on the right coast of the river Nišava at the place of Roman military fortification. It has the bases in the shape of 7 angels and also has 5 towers. Inside the fortress there are the hammam and a powder magazine. Today, one part of the fortress is renovated into exhibition galleries and restaurants. The Chegar is a monument not far from Niš. This place was eternalized in 1809 by a brave Duke Stevan Sinjelić. The Skull Tower is a unique monument in the world which was built by the Turks after the battle at Chegar out of the skulls of Serbian rebels. It is a monument dedicated to the liberators of Niš, built in the center of the city to keep the memory of all the battles for liberation from 1809 to 1918. The Bubanj, a monument of the dying place of all the patriots and nationalists, and Camp Red Cross Memorial Museum 12. February are the memorial monument in memory of innocent victims of human irrationality of the Second World War. A monument dedicated to the King Alexander I Karađorđević is honor of his name and his deeds. Among many interesting ambient, total and particular sites, there is an outstanding ambient of the Kazanđisko Sokače from the 18th century characteristic buildings from the first half of the 20th century are the western side of the Liberation Square, the Andonović Place, the Court Building and the House of the Mayor, Banovina, the National Theatre, the National Museum, library, and others. Among the new architecture of the city, there are business centers, the Kalcha, the Gorcha, and the Dušanov Bazar. Mega centers and other residential and business objects. Numerous monuments and temples, which are also the characteristic of the urban surrounding, give us the evidence of the spiritual knowledge of the creation of the Slav settlement, the Serbian people, and Christianity. These temples are the Saborna Crkva and churches like Sveti Nikola, Sveti Panteleimon, Sveti Arhanđeli Mihail I Gavrilo, and Sveti Ilija in Niška Banja. Today in the Sveti Sava Park there is a new temple dedicated to the Emperor Constantine and Empress Jelena, and of the top of Telski vis there is the metoh of the Hilander monastery. For ages and even today there are many other religious communities which have their own temples, the mosque, the Catholic Church, the synagogue, and others. When cultural life is concerned, Niš offers plentiful happenings of national and international importance. Film meeting, chorus festivity, painting colony in Sičevo, Nashville, the Jazz Festival, October music festivities, Nisomnia, book fair, and others. There are also many significant exhibitions of painters at the Serbia Gallery, the Gallery of Niš Cultural Center, and the exhibitions in the drawing room inside the fortress. The national theaters and puppet theaters plays have won innumerable prizes in the country and abroad. The Hall of Symphony Orchestra is the most important classic and ethno-music event during the year. Niš is a city of sports. The sports center Čair, with its hall, football stadium, pools complex, tennis courts, skating rink, fitness center, is a place of the most important sport events. Apart from this, there are also many sport courts, halls, and clubs. Many sportists from Niš are the winners of many medals and trophies at the national as well as the European, world, and Olympic competitions. Among attractive tourist offers for recreation tourism, hunting and fishing, there are Suva Mountain, the valley of the river Nišava, the Sičevo ravine, Bojanine vode, Kamenički vis, and Ploče. These are all the areas of untouched nature and are ideal places for many extreme sports. The hosting offer of Niš is unavoidably famous even abroad, which makes Niš special. There are many famous Niš specialties from the barbecue, baker's wares, and national Serbia cuisine. There are many restaurants and coffee bars. Favorite places of people in Niš which are situated at the Kazanjsko Sokače and in the Obrenovićeva street. The guests who come to Niš have at their disposal many hotels. The clinical center of Niš is a place where the most complex medical procedures dealing with establishing diagnosis and the curing process itself are done. Niška Banja is a famous spa health resort for rheumatic and cardiovascular illnesses, as well as for rehabilitation. Roman and Turkish bathroom tell us that Niška Banja has been famous since long time ago. Today, there is a modern health center, the institute with its objects, the radon, the zelengora and the therms. Niška Banja and the Health Institute make an important center of the development of international tourism connected with health and medical congresses. 15 kilometers from Niš is a place, Jelašnička Ravine, with plenty of attractive natural beauties and very rare flora with very famous endemic kind of plant, Ramonda cerbica. This region has a great potential in development of country tourism because of its natural treasures, various national cuisine and souvenirs from this area. Tourist Organization of Niš is the place where you can find right information about the whole tourist offer of the city. People from Niš always have a custom to say to the guest a well-known saying, "Come again."